Hello and welcome. Now in this video, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna or in this section also we are gonna create another application using the list views. Now you may be wondering why we should create another application using the list view. Okay, my idea here, ladies and gentlemen, is actually we are using a list views a lot in our application. Even if you are creating an advanced Android application, for example, using the Android Firebase or SQLite or API, using the API once we come to networking section, if we have, okay, so you need to use the list views in a lot of your application. That's why I need to practice it more with you, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to create another application using the list views. With that in place, here we have our steps that we need to follow to create our list view, and we are gonna follow them from this video. So the first step is actually to design the list item. So what we are gonna do, we are gonna create an XML file for our list item. Here I'm gonna right click on this layout folder. Okay, going to new, then let's choose layout resource file. I'm gonna click on it and I'm gonna just give it any name. Okay, it's really depend on you or the name. I'm gonna call it custom underscore item. Okay, I'm gonna click on the OK button to finish this XML file, and here we can start design our layout. So I'm gonna click on the text tab. Here I'm gonna replace the constant layout that we have with the relative layout. Okay, and we are gonna use the autocomplete for Android Studio to help us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we can do, we can start designing this as we want it. Okay, what I'm gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna design my layout, okay, with the different style from what we have previously. Okay, for example, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add an image view. Okay, I'm gonna drag an image view right here. I'm gonna choose any placeholder that we have, for example this one. Okay, and also I'm gonna drag an image view, second one. I'm gonna choose this one, let's say. Okay, and now what we can do, ladies and gentlemen, so as you can see how it's look like. Now to solve this issue, we have more than one solution. So the first one, the easiest one, to add a linear layout of type horizontal. Okay, I'm gonna drag it and drop it inside my relative layout, and here I'm gonna make the height of it to be wrap content. Okay, and the second thing, I'm gonna drag both of the images inside of it. Okay, and what we can do, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna assign the weight sum here for our linear layout. The weight sum should be 2. Okay, and each image should contain a layout weight of 1. Okay, so I'm gonna make it 1 here, and also for the second one to be 1. The weight here should be 1 also. Okay, and as you can see how it's look like. Now the last thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select both of these images. Okay, I'm gonna make the height of them to be, for example, 200 dB. Okay, and also I'm gonna change the scale type here to be center crop. Okay, so as you can see how it's look like. Now the second thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drag an text view. Okay, so the text view here should be below this linear layout. Okay, and inside our relative layout. Okay, so just make sure that you look very carefully to this componentry that you have here, and also another one here for our description maybe. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now to make this easier, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna also drag a linear layout of type vertical in this case. Okay, here I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna drag both of the text views inside of this vertical linear layout. Okay, and we have it right here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna simply assign an IDs to both of these linear layouts. The first one will be images. Okay, oops, no, the ID should be here, images. Okay, and the second one will be, for example, text or whatever. Now I'm gonna select the second one, the second linear layout. I'm gonna make the height of it to be wrap content, and also I'm gonna make it below the first linear layout. Okay, here we have it. Okay, and the second thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna expand the linear layout, the second one for our text. I'm gonna change some of the style inside this text view. I'm gonna select both of these. Let's go ahead and search for the property width here and make it match parent. Okay, and the second thing that I'm gonna make the text size here, okay, not the text size but the text alignment should be centered. Okay, and we need to assign some margin, okay, to both of these. I'm gonna make 50 dB, maybe 15 dB, and time for us to select them separately. So the first one is the title. I'm gonna make the ID to be item underscore title. Okay, and I'm gonna make the size of it to be too big. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. I'm gonna make it like 36 maybe. Okay, it's too big, but I am happy with it. And the second one is actually our text view for the description. I'm just gonna increase it a little bit. Okay, like this. Let's make it 40 or 24. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, of course you can change the color, so on and so forth. Now everything is set up. What we forgot to do is actually forget to add an ID. Okay, and an ID to our text view for description. So I'm going to call it item underscore desk. Okay, and what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, so here we have it. Everything is set up. Now I think what we can do also, we can add a card view for the whole content. Now this step is just actually is just for the make our design more professional. So I'm going to drag card view inside my relative layout. I'm gonna add both of these maybe. Okay, but before adding the card view, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drag a linear layout of type vertical side of it. Okay, and what we can do, we can select both of these linear layouts for the images and text, drag it and drop it inside our linear layout of type vertical. Now guys, what we can do, I will tell you something. If you remember when we set the layout below for this, okay, when we set the layout below property, okay, so if we search for it, we cannot, I think we cannot see it, but if we go to the text tab, ladies and gentlemen, and go to our text, the linear layout here, okay, we assign the layout weight to be below the images. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and this actually just work with the relative layout. Okay, but when here, if you look to component tree, we have it inside a linear layout. Okay, now the newest version of Android Studio will remove it by automatically. Okay, but if you search and if you have, for example, for the linear layout here of text, and if you see the layout below property, just remove it, because both of these linear layouts, it's also inside the linear layout. And okay, so this is my idea behind this. Now let's select our card view. I'm gonna search for the margin from all sides to be 15 dB, and let's assign a card radius and card elevation. I'm gonna card radius to be, for example, 20 dB, okay, and card elevation to be, for example, 40 dB. Okay, and as you can see how it's look like, it's really great. Okay, so that was our design, ladies and gentlemen, and I think I am happy with what I have done so far. Okay, so that was our first step, is with the designing the list item that we need. Of course, in the second video we are going to create the class and then the adapter, and last but not least we are going to fill our list view with what we have so far. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are going to continue on in the next video.